Hey everyone, welcome back to Simply Blessed Crafts. I'm so happy you're here. Glad that you stopped by. I got a cute little a few cute DIYs for you, I guess. I guess there's two of them that are my absolute favorites. I can't pick which one I really like. I'm not real happy with one of them, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to pick that one out. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but I hope you enjoy this video, guys. I'm dealing with there's a couple of thrift flips in here and working with a bunch of wood, kinda. So I hope you enjoy this. And if you would give me a like button down there, push the like button, that thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. I really would love the support. I still want to try my darndest to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I'm kind of getting to the end of that goal. So if you guys could really push this video, I would really greatly appreciate it. And share if you got friends or family that would really enjoy this, and let's get into those DIYs. DIY number 1. So this here, guys, I don't even know how much I paid for this, but it is a sign that I think I got from either a thrift store or a Dollar Tree, or thrift store or a garage sale, excuse me. I painted it plaster white. It probably took me 2 coats to do, and now I'm just going over some antique wax into the little grooves to kind of make it look more like shiplap. And then I do kind of go over with my white brush that I had leftover paint on, and just kind of rubbed it all in together so it wasn't as dark. And then I grabbed some of this wrapping paper. I've had this in my stash since last year. I grabbed this deer cutout. I got this at Hobby Lobby a long time ago, and I mainly got it for the print, so I can use it as a stencil. I could always use it as a DIY eventually, but that was my main purpose. So I just traced it out onto this wrapping paper that I got. I'm just cutting off the excess now, just so it's easier to rough cut it, or not rough cut it, I would say detail cut it. There you go. That's what I wanted to say. And I promise I don't show all of that for you. I'm just going around and cutting out the frame, or the deer. This is what it looks like when it's done. Just getting rid of my scraps here. And I'm going to place this right down here on top of this white sign that I have. And I do start off with a glue stick because I know I don't want any wrinkles. This wrapping paper isn't exactly the thickest. So I believe I got this at Walmart like last year. And I had a bunch left over, so I'm using as crafts. This is actually a project that I am doing for a Christmas gift. I'm thinking I'm going to actually gift my dad with this. He is a big hunter, and I think he'd like the dark plaid and everything. So it is going to be kind of a Christmassy thing, but I'm not going for a full hard Christmas theme because I wanted it to be a little more rustic. All these DIYs are going to be very rustic, and a lot of them can be used for I would say for winter and for Christmas. But anyway, I then go over it with my Mod Podge just to make sure that it's all stuck down good. I don't want it to come up. I want my dad to enjoy this for many years, so I go over it real good. And this is going to be his Christmas present, so hopefully he does not watch this video. He won't watch it unless my mom watches it, so I just go over it really good. Since, I mean, there was a tiny bit of wrinkling, but since I already glued it down with the glue stick, it actually did very well. So then I did decide to put a little bit of greenery down here in the very corner of it. Excuse me. This is actually just a leftover pick that I've had in my stash for a while from some other items. I believe it probably came from like a garage sale or something. These are picks here from like Dollar General, I think, last year. I just picked off the leaves and stuff, and I'm just kind of gluing them down in a kind of a pattern that I think would look decent. I just wanted to make it look, like I said, rustic and my dad-like, I guess. And that's all I did for this, guys. DIY number 2. So this one I've had in my stash for a little while too. I know I did haul it a while back, but it was probably been since spring. So I just grabbed my antique Waverly wax and I just went over the entire thing. It did kind of go roughly. I did use a sponge brush. But then I decided I was going to go over all the little nooks and crannies with my black. Again, we're kind of going with a rustic look. And I wanted this cabin to look like it's been standing for a long time. Like, I wanted it to have the look of many, many years and soot and dirt and all that. So I go over the entire thing with this, including the roof, and just kind of go over in all those little nooks and crannies. I'm grabbing my antique wax foam brush again, and I'm just kind of blending all of the colors kind of together to make it look cohesive. I promise I don't show you all of this, because it is very, yeah. So after I get the roof and everything done, I go in and grab some white paint, and I'm just dry brushing, like very lightly dry brush. A couple spots do end up getting heavier coats, but I'm just kind of making it look like it's distressed and everything. And this is going to be in the winter, so the white kind of blended in with the snow. Like I said, a couple spots got a little bright, but I do go over it with some antique wax and kind of dull that down a little bit. And then I go over the bottom with the white paint. Again, it's going to be a snowy time, so it needed to have some snow, of course. And I do kind of edge out the top of the roof in the snow and stuff. So then I grabbed a piece of scrap, any kind of scrap piece of paper anyway, but it's actually some of the wrapping paper. And I'm going over the top of the roof with some Mod Podge, and I grabbed some of this Epsom salt I've had in my stash. I don't usually use stuff like this just because it is so messy, but I I was liking how it was going, and I just felt like it needed a little bit of sparkle. So I did decide to go over it with some of the Epsom salt. And I go over the whole bottom of it and the roof. I do put it on heavier in certain spots. Any place that I thought the snow would kind of stick. So. And then I got some of these little trees from Dollar Tree. And I decided that they would look really cute in the front. So I glued down 3 of them. 1 on the very end and 2 at the base of the door. And I really wanted to make a wreath for above the door on this little cabin. So this is actually from a pick from Walmart. I just cut off a little piece and I just folded it. And I needed another one, so here is kind of what it looks like. Sorry, it's kind of out of frame. Just trying to scoot it in a little bit so you guys can see what I was doing. But I'm just gluing them together to kind of make it look more full. And then I grab some of the little red berries from Dollar Tree, and I'm just kind of picking them off and gluing them down. And there you guys have it. All done. DIY number 3. So this one, guys, I got a bunch of these shims. I've had these in my stash for a long time. I painted them all with the antique wax first, and then I decided that I wanted a little bit green, so I painted them with a rough paint. Granted, we're doing rustic here, but I went over with some antique Waverly moss color, and here I'm just putting them in a triangle and just gluing them down, just one by one. Now, if I would have left it alone when I should have, this actually probably would have been pretty cute, but I don't know. I was trying to go for a little bit more of a fuller tree, I guess, and I wanted to try to put a stem down for the trunk of the tree. And I just think I way over did it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah, I think if I would have left it alone after this last piece, I think it would have turned out really cute. Don't know how I would have done the stem necessarily, but I really kind of like how it turns out right here. I think I do end up pulling that other one out and trying to scoot it in a little bit more, but no, I added another one, that's what it was. And I try to scoot it in a little bit. But see, that was my issue there, is I was trying to get it to where I could attach a stem. So if I'd glue those two together, my stem would stand up my tree. But it just, I don't know. I thought maybe, okay, if I add more, maybe it'll be better. So here I'm just kind of trying to messing around with it. I'm not even worried about painting them at this point. I just want to see what it looked like. And majority of the paint, or the majority of the shims you wouldn't see anyway. So here I'm just kind of messing around with it, seeing what I could figure out. And here and now I'm going in with my antique wax, and I'm just doing the sides of it. And now I'm starting to glue them down. But I kept adding to it, guys. I mean, I wouldn't leave it alone. I just needed more in it. But I grabbed like 4 of them in the middle of it, like you see right there, and I glue the 3 together. And then or the 4, and then I glue them down to my little stem. And at first it was standing up, but then it was very top heavy. So here I'm messing around with it again, and then I grabbed one of these little candlestick holder things from Hobby Lobby, and I glue that down to the stem to have a little bit more of a base. Now I'm going over it a little bit more with some antique wax. It seems to stand, so I was okay with that. And now I went over again with some of the moss to give it more of that green color. Not my favorite project. It did turn out okay, but I don't know. It's like I still wanted it fuller. I didn't like how it was open there at the bottom. It turned out alright, like I said, but just wasn't... And I should have painted the back of it before I started gluing stuff down to it, but of course I didn't. But here I'm just taking some of those berry pick, or well, it's not berry pick, I guess. It's a berry garland from Dollar Tree. And I'm just gluing that down to the back where I want it. Then I grabbed one of these little stars from the sticker stars from Dollar Tree as well, and I just had to have a little bit of a star at the top, so I just glued the little sparkly star up there, and that's all we got. DIY number 4. I really like how this one turned out too, guys. So I paid $3.99 for this at a thrift store. It's in very good shape. It's very nice looking. I just painted it very rough coat with the plaster paint. I did a thicker coat, not necessarily to cover the entire thing, but I did do a better coat up on top of it, just because I wanted to add this tissue paper. I actually got this from Upcycled by Bree on her website. I will try to remember to link that down in the description box. I don't know, I'm really bad at that, so but yeah, I really liked these little birds, so I thought this would look really cute. So I just grabbed some Mod Podge, and I'm putting a very, very light coat on this, guys. Very, very light. And I'm just going around, sticking it down. I did have a little wrinkle, so I peeled it up. Just be very gentle with it. You can do it if you're gentle. And here I'm just, going in again with some very light Mod Podge to stick the rest of it down. I do use my brayer, my rolling thing, or whatever you want to call it, to kind of stick it down really good. Also helps get rid of the wrinkles if there is any. And I was dumb. Always try to dry your Mod Podge before you put in another coat over top of it. It didn't do anything to this project, but I know from the past that will wrinkle it a lot easier. So here now I'm going with my glue, my hot heat gun. Now here I had that little piece up there. It was getting too close to the string, so I'm cutting this down and I'm kind of just going to replace it behind this little bird to make it look like it's coming up. And now I'm going to be going in with a coat of the Mod Podge over top of it all. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm gonna, I grabbed my X-Acto knife and I'm just cutting in between all of the little grooves and stuff to make it look like it's been there. Like it was made for it. And I take my X-Acto knife and I'm just cutting around the bird a little bit. It just seemed like you can kind of see the white from the tissue paper. And I just wanted to cut a little bit of that up there a little bit so where it doesn't look so much. But I actually really love how this turned out. This is another pick from Walmart, and I'm just cutting these little greenery picks from it, and I'm going to be gluing these down. And then I just glue the little pine cone right down in the center of it. And that's it, you guys. Final reveal. I really hope you guys enjoyed these projects. Give me a comment down below. Let me know which one was your favorite. And let me know if you would like to create one of these yourself. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, guys. It really helps my channel grow. Give me a like button down there. That really helps YouTube to know that you guys are liking my content and stuff. And I'd greatly appreciate all of single one of you guys. You help me so much. You have no idea. It really makes me feel good to come on here and, want to craft and make projects for you since you guys enjoy them so much. It really helps the heart. It does. And I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you enjoy these projects, and I hope you guys have a great week coming up. God bless, and bye-bye.